Hey everybody, and welcome back. Paul Rubens was so kind and sent me a new watercolor palette with 24 watercolors, and the theme is ocean. And the packaging is so pretty with all the Paul Rubens sets. The packaging is always very elegant and I really like it. And we will have a closer look at this set today. I've already used the colors from that set, combined with some more of the Paul Rubens watercolors in my abstract watercolor painting I did, I think, about 2 weeks ago or 2.5 weeks ago. I will link that up in the info card so you can check that out. The palette comes with a swatch sheet and the watercolors are all separately packaged, so I'm going to unwrap them and then I'll be back and we will swatch the colors. I'm a big fan of Paul Rubens watercolors. They also produce the MeiLiang sets, and they are also one of my favorite sets because the watercolors are from a really good quality compared to other sets that I have tested so far. This set comes with a nice range of colors. I personally prefer this against a standard set because usually in a standard set there are many colors I usually do not use. We're starting here with a Naples yellow, and the next is a lemon yellow, and the next was a chromium yellow hue deep, and that is an earth yellow. I really like that earth yellow. I think it's a super pretty color. And then we have a transparent yellow. You get 5 yellows in this set. That's quite heavily, that's quite a lot, I think. But together with the many blues you will get, you can mix a big variety of different green shades. And I think that's all you need for an ocean-themed painting, I would say, because you need a lot of warm colors when you are at the ocean. You need a lot of blue shades because of the water, I would say. And you also need a lot of greens and yeah, to just build the surrounding. We also have a cadmium orange deep, a perylene maroon, one of my favorite colors, quinacridone magenta, a brilliant blue violet, and this is the azure hue, and next is the Berlin blue. And the last on this side is the French blue, which is to me like an ultramarine blue. And of course, we are not done with the blues. There are, I would say, 10 blues in this 24 set, if you also count that violet blue to the blues. And the next is the cobalt blue light. Then we have the phthalo blue, an indigo, really nice dark blue shade, and a Payne's Gray blush. Maybe you would not count Payne's Gray as a blue. I count it as a blue because it's quite a bluish gray, a dark bluish gray, and this is a nice replacement for a black, I feel, because I usually do not like black. I prefer Payne's Gray, or I prefer mixing a dark blue with a dark brown to create a black. You also get some nice greens, which are the pure greens, I would say. It's a May green, a sap green, and an oriental green, which is kind of an emerald green. And I think that's important because when you mix your greens, you often don't get that really bright greens. Or maybe sometimes they are too bright, depending on what you're mixing. So these are quite nice as pure greens, and you can mix tons of green shades with your yellows. You also get a cobalt turquoise, a translucent turquoise, an olive green, and an olive green dark. And the last one is the agate brown, which is an amazing color, perfect for rusty stuff. If you have some ships within your painting. Paul Rubens also sent me a watercolor sketchbook. It's a cold-pressed watercolor sketchbook, and I would say it's a square format. I didn't measure it, but I think it's a square format. And I'm just playing with some of the colors a little bit. As I told you, I've already used these colors in a painting in one of my last videos, and I'm definitely going to use this palette in a future watercolor video. I just wanted to play a little bit. That's what I often do when I get new art supplies. Well, I would say I always do it. When I get new art supplies, I just play a little bit with them in my sketchbooks. Here I tried this watercolor sketchbook. I have to say I'm not a big fan of cold pressed watercolor paper because I don't like the texture. But what is good about it, when you have granulating watercolors, you really can see the granulation. And Paul Rubens has a bunch of colors in their sets that are granulating. And I hope you can see how beautiful the colors are. I'm a really big fan of that ultramarine blue. It's called French blue, but I believe it's an ultramarine color. There are the pigment numbers on the swatch sheet or on the paints. You can find them on the swatch sheet, and I'm not sure which pigment ultramarine blue is, but I believe it's an ultramarine just because of the color and because of the name. I really like these paints. The turquoise is amazing. I'm a big cobalt turquoise fan as well, especially when it comes to ocean drawings, ocean paintings. I will give you the links to the paints in the video description, so check that out. And I will give you also the links to that sketchbook if you're interested in. As I already have a Paul Rubens watercolor set, I wanted to put these two together. So all the colors that are not in this set, I want to put into this palette. And you can see me doing that here. I'm just numbering the pans. So because unfortunately the number is not directly on the pan, it's just on the wrapping. And here I'm just writing down the numbers. So I don't forget, and I speed that up a little bit because that's not very interesting, but I will swatch the whole palette with you once I'm done with it. there were about 11 colors that were not in that ocean set, so I could put 10 of them into the set because that was the only space I had. I think I left out a purple. Unfortunately, I can't tell you the color names now because I lost the swatch sheets. I'm pretty sure I will find them. I hope I will find them because I really, really liked them for reference. I now have a nice color palette, I would say, and I'm really excited and will definitely share an abstract watercolor painting with this in the future. If you're interested in abstract watercolor paintings, I shared, I think, my last 3 member videos, the Saturday videos, were abstract watercolor paintings. That's what I'm into at the moment a lot because I spend a lot of time drawing in my sketchbook, but I do not make videos about that because I want to, for now, that's my thing that I enjoy doing where I can relax and I don't want to make something out of that. And yeah, the rest is I'm doing some card making for our shop, and I'm painting with watercolors at the moment. Yeah, that's what I'm up to in my studio, and that's what I share in my membership. Whatever I'm doing, I'm sharing that. So that's why we have a lot of watercolor videos at the moment. I've linked up my contents page where you can have an overview of the videos that are up for members, for the Mixed Media Play members. We have already over a year full of content, so there is a lot to watch. Yes, I hope you liked that swatching video and you are maybe a little bit inspired to go and play with your watercolors. I hope we will see us next time, and I wish you a wonderful weekend. Bye.